Hello and welcome back to our video blog here. Well, today I have the honor of bringing in Joe Swantek from Mojo Termite. Joe, welcome.
Thank you, Hal.
Yeah, it's good to see you. So Joe brings a wealth of information on one of the topics we always run into when we're trying to sell homes. Obviously, termite damage, termite reports. Joe, you've been at this how long now?
Well, I've been doing termite inspections right here locally for 22 years. I'm very familiar with this area.
Yeah. So
you and I have been working together for some time.
That's the whole time. Yeah, exactly. So Joe was nice enough to come to our office, make a presentation, brought some things to my attention I had no idea about. It's just some basic facts about, termites in general, although that's just part of the process of what you're looking for when we try to get a house cleared for termite. But share with our viewers here some of the facts that you were sharing about, how extensive termite damage is, like worldwide, nationwide, that sort of thing.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, I was explaining to Hal just the other day that termites, they do cause more structural damage here in the United States than all fires, floods, and earthquakes combined. I mean, they can be very costly, so that's something that you really should be proactive about.
Right, they're not just harmless little bugs.
No, they're not.
Yeah, what was the thing about the emitted gases or something like that?
Yeah, termites do emit methane gas. As a matter of fact, there has been some experimentation using beagles because they have such a heightened sense of smell to help with inspections. They pick up on that methane gas. And not only is it the methane gas is kind of a fun fact, but also termites outweigh humans here on Earth. There's 1,000 pounds of termites per human here on Earth.
That's a lot of 1,000 for every one of me and you. There's 1,000 pounds of termites.
That's what the experts tell me.
There's a lot of them. Okay, so let's talk about now houses. So when we're selling a house, it's very common, but not always necessary. People think you have to get a termite cleanse. You don't have to. Sometimes if there's not visible damage and somebody's getting a loan, if we leave it all out, we can get around it. But 9 times out of 10, it's going to happen. So it's good to know up front. So what are the most expensive things people have to deal with if they haven't caught the termites or seen them, and then you show up and say, ooh, here's what we found?
Well, it varies. The most extensive damage occurs on older homes.
Right.
They're more subjected to termites. Older neighborhoods are more inclined to incur infestations because all your neighbors have them and they swarm and hit your house. As far as expense, tent fumigation does cost a fair amount of money, but it's been my experience that the most costly thing that people have to deal with is their wood decks.
Yeah.
Now the price of redwood lumber is extremely costly, so I do recommend kind of a maintenance program on your decks.
Okay, good. What are a couple of things somebody could do to kind of minimize that?
Well, before a deck is 10 years old, usually they hold up pretty well. So you want to be proactive before they're even 10 years old. Every year here on the Central Coast, once the rains are finished, crawl underneath your deck and you want to look for these little white spots of fungus growth. When you find those, you kind of poke at them with a screwdriver. If the wood seems sound, you can scrape that fungus off, and then you can treat it with a fungicide. Copper naphthanate's a really good one. It's that really terrible smelling green stuff, and you can kill all those surface spores. And if you stay on top of it on an annual basis, you can prolong the life of your deck maybe by double.
So for those people who don't want to crawl under their deck, they can call you.
I wish they would.
Okay, good. And then finally, we always encourage people to get their termite inspections up front, before you even list a house, and we're going to talk about this in the future, but there's a lot of steps to go up before your house should even hit the market. Getting a termite report is one of them. And why do you recommend that? I know why we think of it, but what do we think is a good idea for the consumer when they're selling their home?
Well, I think it's a great idea, and I find that most of your seasoned agents are proactive about it, and they'll go ahead and find out. You want to get the facts, Let's say you are facing $8,000 or $10,000 worth of damage. That might affect your asking price, and certainly it'll be a factor in your negotiations.
Sure.
I mean, you're the expert in the negotiations part,
right.
But it's good to have me come out and identify all these problems, because if you're armed with knowledge, you can go
make a smarter move, right?
Make a smarter move when it comes to the transaction. So
right.
May as well get the facts up front.
And the customary fee for an inspection like that?
Well, I just charge $95, and it's quite a value.
Oh yeah, no. I mean, it's the best money somebody can spend up front to save thousands.
I would certainly think so.
So Joe, if somebody wants to get a hold of you, how do they reach you?
Well, you can contact me. You can look me up online. You can Google Mojo Termite. It's MOJOE Termite. My local phone number is 548-8990.
Okay.
or just call Hal. He knows how to get a hold of me.
We can send you their way, yeah. So we got 1,000 pounds of termites per person we need to get taken care of.
That's
Okay,
a lot of
good.
them.
Thanks again for all your great referrals. Hope you have a happy new year. If you have any questions, you can call us at 781-3750. Have a great day, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks a lot, Joe.
Thank you.
Yeah.